The coaches could tell right away he had a nose for the rim. He could put the ball in the hole. And he's slowly figuring out the other parts of the game. You know, I think defensively, he still has a lot to learn, both in the team concepts and individually, taking up that ownership as far as I don't need help, I can guard my guy. But what's really picked up this season is his rebounding. I think he's much more engaged in it. And I think, if anything, they've kind of sold it to him as in, hey, shot goes up, you don't shoot it, go get the offensive rebound. That's another look for you. And he's bought into that. And rebounding is an area where you can be selfish as a player, because if I work hard to get that offensive rebound as a post player, that's my look. I'm going to take that up, and as a coach, you encourage that.
Nice mid-range jump shot there by Stewart.
He's put together a nice game. 12 points, 4 of 4 from the field, knocked down a couple free throws. Pardon me, 10 points. He's been solid.
Here's Bell from the corner. That's a big shot for Gary Bell. 49-46. Bell now with 10 points. Under 10 minutes to play. Stockton trying to take it away from Hurls. Harris now on the floor. Possession arrow going the other way.
And we talked about in the first half, Greg. Not a lot of energy. You know, you didn't get the sense that Gonzaga was playing all that hard. Well, that's changed here. And we knew that that would probably happen here. This would be the flow of the game after you get out of halftime. Coach Few reminds you of a few different things and tries to get you motivated. These guys have played a lot harder. If you're a GU, you've been able to match the effort from Air Force. And as a result, you've played a lot better, particularly on the offensive end.
Pangos. That shot's long. Fletcher runs down the rebound. Bell and chase.
Boy, I tell you, you're a good shooter when every time you throw it up, the expectation is you're going to make it.
It was dead on.
I tell you what, yeah, when he lets it go, you're expecting that ball to go in. That's impressive.
Stewart driving. Missed the little runner. Pangos to rebound. Here's Bell far side. Earl slows the ball down. Nice job. Stockton, free throw line, bounce pass. Dower, left hand, in and out.
But a good look.
That's a shot last year that went all the time for him.
Yeah, but he's knocked it down, though, consistently in the last 3 games. That's a nice look. Right on the catch he goes, rather than looking for the help to come in and double him or taking the 2 or 3 dribbles. It's a quick move right into his shot. More often than not, he's going to knock that down.
Fitzgerald, 3-ball short. Dower with the rebound. Here's Stockton on the move with Harris and Bell. Here's Pangos. Harris. Dower. Free throws coming for Elias Harris. And this is team foul number 6 on the Falcons. And they give the foul to Colt Barnhill. That's his 3rd personal. So Harris now at the free throw line, 6 points on 3 of 6 shooting. His first free throws.
Well, he's been much more engaged here in the second half as well. Only 2 points there in the first half. 3 field goals attempted here in the second half. 2 of 3s. 2 of 3 from the field, 7 points. 3 rebounds and a couple of assists. You know, and that's something I think as a player you need to learn how to deal with, and that is being the guy. Being the guy that teams are going to focus on defensively. Elias has emerged as that here so far this season. You know, he's the first guy teams are going to talk about is how do we limit what he can do. And I think he needs to learn how to adjust on the fly during games.
Did the sleeping giant just awake? The fans are on their feet. Gonzaga up by 5, 8:20 to play. There's Brookhuis. 13 on the shot clock. Fletcher. Jump shot from the elbow. Too hard. Harris. Dower the rebound. And let's see if they'll all sit back down. Yes, they do.
Just defensively, you stand up and
so break that down for us. Break that down for us. Here's Dower inside. Left hand. Chance for 3. They're back on their feet.
Well, it's been the Kevin Pangos show all day, but here in the second half, Sam Dower has brought it. Nice 2-man play. Sam on a tough catch, goes up strong, finishes. GU up 7 with 7:52 left.
And we've got timeout on the floor. The Falcons out there. Gonzaga to come. And time now for a Subway sub of the game. Be sure to visit your local Subway restaurant today to try one of their Subway melts like the Big Philly, the steak and bacon melt. Only at Subway. Sam Dower, our Subway sum of the game. 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 of 6 shooting. Big Sam, as I call him.
3 of 5 here in the second half. Had 0 rebounds at the half, 6 here in the second half. All 9 of his points coming from since the 14:59 mark here in the second half. And throwing a steal and an assist in there. He's come in and had an excellent second half. Really responded after kind of a lackluster first 20 minutes. He's bounced back in a big way. Big reason why this crowd's now involved.
Now into double digits with 10. Let's see what Air Force can do with it.
Yeah, we see that zone again. They have struggled to score against this 3-2 zone.
Gonzaga's largest lead now is at 8. Ball deep inside, and Justin Hammonds will shoot free throws, and this is our first look at Hammonds, a freshman at 6'7", 190 out of Houston, Texas. That was the great thing about this Air Force roster. Kid from Texas, Colorado, Minnesota, Missouri, Port St. Lucie, Virginia, Kentucky, California, Montgomery, Alabama. I mean, from all over the nation.
Well, I looked at this roster and I said, there's 17 guys that can play tonight. That's a lot of names.
It is a lot of names.
You look at Hammonds, only 3 games this year, averages 5 minutes per game, but somehow averages 4 points. So a guy who comes in looking to make an impact.
And Fitzgerald, the offensive rebound off that miss. So a new clock and another opportunity for Air Force, trailing by 7. Stewart driving into the paint, jump shot, got the roll. And just like that, it's a 5-point game.
Stewart having a heck of a game. 12 points, averages about 7 on the year.
Dower, great catch, left-hand finish.
You know, it's those deep catches for Sam to start the season. Really, most of his catches outside of that painted area. He's done an excellent job here the last 4 games of making sure both feet are in the paint on his catches. That allows him to go right up into his moves. Doesn't need a dribble, which allows the defense to come down and help.
Dower with the block. Here's Marquise Carter back on the floor for GU. Weaving his way. Threw it behind Stockton, out to Pangos. Thought about the 3.
Good patience. Starting a little bit of separation if you're GU. Run some offense and force it, Air Force to guard you.
Harris trying to get around Brookheist and then finally just threw him out of the way. Now he got the ball and he's fouled by Fletcher. Harris now looks at the officials like, hey, I'm getting mugged the entire possession. Help me out. Give me some love here. I'm number 20. I'm preseason all wooden.
I'm a big deal, man. Help me out. No. If you know Elias at all, humble kid.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but, you know, that's the right way to respond. You look at the official. He's going to let that kind of contact happen away from the ball. Respond in kind. He gently moved Brockheist out of the way and was able to deliver that ball screen. But, you know, that's something from Elias that I like. You know, he's much more aggressive, confident with himself. You know, even last year, he would have just given up. He would have resigned himself to the fact that he wasn't able to set that ball screen. He would have said, you know what, I can't get there. And this year, he's committed to getting there. He's a lot more engaged, physical. And you look at his numbers, he's put together quite a year. We asked at the top of the year, beginning of the year, could he replicate what he did as a freshman? And so far this year, he's surpassed that. He's having a tremendous season, clearly his best year as a Bulldog.
6:15 to play. Here's Fletcher. Max Jan, number 22, back on the floor for Air Force. We saw him in the first half. Free throw line. Fitzgerald driving, knocked away, picked up by Stockton. Gonzaga basketball with a 9-point lead. Here's Hart. Again, Dower working hard inside, posting up Harris. Double team Pangos, open 3. Whack!
I just don't get it. At some point, if you're Air Force, Kevin Pangos wears number 4. Got 23, 6 of 11 from the 3-point line. If you're Brockheist, you can't double off of Pangos. I know Elias has a mismatch, but at some point you cannot leave a shooter like Pangos, particularly on a night where he is feeling things from beyond the 3-point line. Just a mistake defensively for Air Force.
Well, sometimes in the game of basketball, it's all about the opportunity you're given. Rob Zachary on the bench, I think that hand's given him a lot of trouble. In comes Sam Dower, 12 points this half, 4 of 7 shooting, Richard. This guy has been a stud.
He's been the real deal here in the last 4 games tonight in the second half. Deep catches, look where his feet are, inside the paint. Can go right up into his move, doesn't need a dribble. That doesn't allow the defense to come down right there. Tough catch, goes up through the contact, and you love that emotion. He's a fiery guy. It takes a while for it to come out, but when it does, not only does it get him going, gets his teammates going, and we saw it here in the second half. It got this crowd going, so he has been the MVP here of the second half. A big spark off that bench.
12 points on 4 of 7 shooting. Rob Zachary on the bench, that right hand. The thumb is taped. He heard it this week at practice, and I think it's bothering him too much, and they're just giving him some rest. As we take a look at his career, averaging almost 14 points a game and 7 rebounds. He's been a model of consistency throughout his career for Mark Few. One of the great guys the program's ever had.
And I think when the coaching staff is alone and they talk about who's developed, who's consistently gotten better, because that's what you want when you recruit. Is we see the jump ball,
which called
the Air Force basketball. When who got better every year, and he's one of those guys. Rony Turioff probably improved as much as anybody to come through this program from day one to the time he graduated. I think Rob's right there behind him, and he's such a hard worker. And you see in those numbers, he's slowly every year improved his scoring. He's never been a big-time scorer per se, a guy that you throw it down there on the block, he's just going to go to work. But he's always been a good rebounder. Defensively, he's an enormous presence, and he's an excellent teammate and captain.
There's Earls on the post. Got it to the corner. Stewart missed the shot. Tipped back by Earls is good. Big bucket. Keeps it to within 10. And 4:58 to play.
And let's see how GU responds. This has been an issue all year. You get a lead here in the second half, and the tendency has been to relax. And this is to the point in the game where you need to tighten things up and look to extend that lead.
Pangos. Back to Dower, the little reset there. Left-hand shot away. Tip back. Harris. Gonzaga on a 17-5 run. They lead it by 12.
And how good have these two kids been? Tell you what, that's what Harris, nearly 19 points, 9 rebounds the last 3 games. Dower coming into tonight, 13 of 19. These guys have been as potent in that low block as this program has seen in a number of years. Efficient with their touches, aggressive on their looks. It's been fun to watch.
Here's Brookhuis at the elbow. Spins on Dower. Nice move. Missed the shot. Earls with the rebound. Blocked by Harris. And a foul called on Elias. He doesn't like the call. That's his third team foul this half. 4:02 to play.
He doesn't like it, but when you look back on this tape, the coaches aren't going to worry about the foul. They're going to say, hey, we got to stop giving up these offensive rebounds. And you see, that looks like it may have been a lot of ball there, but
Earls is 6'5". Harris is 6'8".
Dower 6'10".
10. And they got beat by a guy 6'5". But when your free throw looks like that, it's not all bad. 4:02 to play. Gonzaga leading it by 12. This is a freshman out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. Missed them both. Harris the rebound.
Slow things down if you're GU. Nursing that 12-point lead. Run your offense, force Air Force to guard you. And take a good shot with 10 to 12 seconds on the shot clock if it comes available.
Pangos again trying to get it to the post. Pangos, 3-ball, that's off. Tipped by Brookhuis, but a foul is called. And this is on number 10, Todd Fletcher of Air Force. 3:30 to play. Gonzaga leading it by 12. Jeff Reynolds now needs help. And welcome back. 3:30 to play. Gonzaga with a 12-point lead on Air Force as we take a look at the upcoming schedule. Hard to believe, but the next game is league play against Portland. They'll play here. And then they end 2011 playing at Xavier, number 14, one of the tough teams in the country. So an opportunity to get it going in the league and then to score a huge victory against Xavier. The end of 2011, I can't believe it. It just means you're getting another year older, Richard. And we're on to 2012. It must
Older,